Okay, well, welcome to another Layla Quantum Tech update. Actually, this is our first. We've had a bunch of questions recently in the Telegram chat group about different products and about when things are going to be available. And so I thought we would just get quick on the line with Philip and just ask some questions and just kind of see what's going on at Layla for all of you folks in the Layla community. Hey, welcome, Philip. How are you doing today?
Very good, thanks.
Hey, yeah. So I think the number one question I'm seeing in the chat group is the QB Mini, or that's what I call it. But a lot of people are kind of excited about it, and so you've mentioned a couple of posts that it's coming. Do you have any more information about when the like the little travel quantum block is going to be available?
I think the first batch we may have available in the end of April,
Okay.
and it's probably going to be sold out very quickly just because we don't have a large quantity yet. We're still figuring out some of the nuts and bolts of the quantum consciousness levels, and we're going to finish that up probably this week, and then yeah, we can get started hopefully in the second half of April, rather the probably last week of April,
Okay.
and hopefully pretty soon this can become a regular product.
Okay. So the question that I saw centered around it is like how is it in strength compared to the regular quantum block in terms of the dimension of the field and the strength of it? Is it like would you have you guys been able to measure the field?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're still fine tuning right now to make a final decision on how strong we want to have it. So I can't give an answer yet in regards to that, but yeah, we will certainly make that available as soon as we can.
Okay, and so but you can still use it to charge other objects, right? Like you would use a regular block.
That absolutely you will be
Okay,
able to do. Yes,
okay,
100%. And it's
but
and you
okay,
you you have one, right? You
I have
have
the
one of those
prototype,
mini.
the smaller one.
Yep, and it's going to be 1 centimeter larger than the one that you have
Okay,
on all sides.
okay, all right. Because yeah, I was kind of thinking that when this is released, that it's probably going to be different in energy strength because it's smaller, which I don't know. This is what I want to ask, and I don't know if you have the answers yet, but and then the timings for using that little block may be different than the QB, right? Like, would you need to leave stuff in longer? I guess you're figuring that out, but I'm just assuming that because it's smaller field, and that the timings to charge things and to use it to copy frequencies may be different. Would that be accurate? That it will be different than the
Most
Q block?
likely,
Okay.
it'll be a little bit different, but it depends on where we end up with the quantum consciousness level and the actual charge that it'll carry. And then yeah, we'll make it available and we'll tell exactly, is this going to be comparable now,
Okay.
timing wise or not.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
have more
Oh,
information. I literally don't yet.
oh, sure. Yeah. Maybe we can do a tutorial on that guy when he comes out.
Yes.
Because we just finished the one with the QB. Okay. So then on the opposite side of that spectrum is this now 12-inch big thing. Big quantum block. Is it a big infinity block? Right. The one that one Smoothie Store is using. So it's basically a 12-inch by 12-inch infinity block. Is that correct?
Yes,
Is
that's
that is
correct.
that a
And
new product or is that just a one-off just for that company?
well, it was a one-off, and then we gave it away in the last giveaway, and there are a lot of people interested in it. So we've gotten several messages in that regards. So we're thinking about adding it, but I'm I'm trying to put the brakes on in that regard because it becomes almost overwhelming with the amount of products, and the handling is tough, because it's all energy products. You can't mix stuff. You can't, it's not that trivial. And from that perspective, I think that will take longer. And we were thinking maybe to do a pre-order for this one, or where we say, okay, hey, the ones that are really interested, we want to, make it available to you, and then just tell us if you're interested. You can pre-order it, and then we'll make it once, but we may never have it really as a regular product on the website. That's at the moment where I stand, because that will be logistically easier to handle.
Okay.
But we would then also at least make it available to the ones that really want to have it.
Okay. And then oh, you know, that actually reminds me, for the mini, will there be a pre-order for the mini, or it's just going to be you'll announce it when it's available for sale and it's you're going to sell them till you run out?
It's a good question. So either way, we could do it. We could just launch it, and then we would probably have to tell you that we may just have like 20 or 25 of these, and then it's going to be gone. We have to reorder, but maybe we'll do a pre-order for that as well in the beginning. But that one, we're set that we're going to make this a regular product.
Okay, great. And then you know the screws, right? You've just got another product out there that's new, is a set of screws um, that are designed to hold the infinity block three plates together, right? So that you can separate the plates without using rods to charge bigger things. So you just did a giveaway of some screw sets that are basically the first batch. But are those available for sale yet, or when will they be? Because I
So
definitely need them.
you will get them, and you're in the lucky position that you're talking to me right now. So I'm committing to send you some.
Awesome, yeah, because I do the Jack Newell method with the zip ties, right? But it's just like I hate dealing with zip ties because when you
Yeah.
got to cut them off, it's just such a pain. But yeah, that's great. So are those like when's the time frame on those guys coming
Yeah,
available?
so we have our first batch, and it's not so many. So the idea is to add them as an option. When you have your Infinity block and you want to purchase it, that you can add it as an option, and likely we'll make it a standalone product as well, just so that the ones that already have an Infinity block can also order it. And it's definitely not going to be expensive by any means. We're really trying to just cover the costs of the logistics and the manufacturing and all of that. And we thought this is just an amazing add-on for the Infinity block, because for the people that don't know what we're talking about, the Infinity block has three plates on the top and three plates on the bottom. But if you wanted to put your whole body in it, for example, or charge larger objects, then you need to unscrew everything, and it's been a little bit difficult for people to do that. And because you want to keep the distances of those plates, of those three plates on the top and three on the bottom, and people tend to use zip ties and everything. But this is what the community is so awesome for, because they had great ideas, and then they started asking, couldn't you make something for this? And that's how we came up with the screws.
Oh
And
yeah.
so thank you to everyone for that. And soon, I think, maybe in the end of April, we could have the first few that can be ordered. And then probably, like, I don't know, like the end of May or so, this hopefully could become a regular product add-on.
Okay, great. And then another similar thing that was brought up in the past, just trying to get an update on a new product, which was the Q Block carrier bag. You know that you'd mentioned that you were looking to source. Just I don't know because you were so busy in the last 2 weeks, you might have missed. There was this discussion in the chat group about people that are traveling with their blocks, and because they're getting jostled around, that the screws come loose. And so we were having a big discussion like how do you tighten the screws down so they don't jiggle loose right when they're being moved around, and we were thinking Teflon tape and stuff. But then I reminded everybody that hey, there's a bag and you could, either buy it like I don't know Walmart or something, but you were going to actually kind of so what is there a status on a bag to
Yes.
carry your Q and I block for traveling? What's
Yes,
the
we've
yeah, what's
worked
the
on that
status?
actually,
Okay.
and that was also an impulse from the group. So thank you. And so we will be getting samples probably in the next 2 weeks. I'm assuming, and actually I'll be traveling a little bit. So mid-April we should have the samples here at the latest, and they will already have the mandala on it. So they should look nice, and they they're supposed to be exactly fitting for the blocks. And But I want to see them really with my own hands, and not just on pictures and everything. And then if I'm happy with that, then I can let you guys know, and then we'll put in a really big order. And we may even think about um, figuring out a way if we could charge the bag in a way where it would contain the field. Not sure, that would be something, maybe a question to the community. If that would be of interest, then we can look into that. But maybe
Oh
it's
yeah.
not of
Okay.
interest because maybe you actually want to have the full field even if you have it in the bag. So
Uh huh. Oh yeah, that's yeah, I didn't even think about that. Okay, yeah, all right. So hey, community, when you guys see the video, chime in. Would if you want the carrier bag to act like a purple bag, which Emma lovingly calls the quantum sleeping bag. I love that phrase. It's a sleeping bag for quantum blocks. So if you wanted to hold it in, so that if it's in that bag, it's not affecting anything around it, or just be a regular bag. So chime in the chat group, and we'll collect the comments. So, last product update question is frequencies. Right now we've got the full set out there. Are there any plans to add new frequencies that's coming up in the near future?
yes, a very exciting one. And so we had worked actually for many, many months already on an ADHD frequency. It's not going to be called that way, but it's been tested and all of that, but it's been optimized. So it was interesting because I was always asked, well, so now when can you release this specific frequency and all of that? And I always put on the brakes. And now I know why, because at some point we figured together with Roman that we actually can significantly improve it and make it not only for, it's going to be the focus energy, it's going to be called focus, and it's going to be able to serve people that have an ADHD or ADHD related um, problem, but also people with dementia, Alzheimer
Oh,
would be the ones that could benefit from this. And yeah, everyone that's just having issues with focusing and being present, getting into a specific task or something you're doing. A disclaimer, of course, our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, or prevent any disease. I want to mention that here because we're not doing anything for specific diseases, but we figured once we combined, some of these frequencies that really there is benefit that can be seen. And yeah, so it'll be an interesting one. And I think
wow,
we'll
yeah.
launch it in the end of April.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so is that different than the frequency set you're working on with the autism study? Is that like a separate? The autism will be a separate frequency because it sounds like that's something autistic individuals could benefit from, right? Having a focus frequency. But I think you mentioned in the past that with the study that's being done in India, that there might be a frequency just for that, that particular condition. Is that
Yeah,
is
so
that in the works?
that's slightly different. That
Okay.
one
Oh,
is
okay.
slightly different, and we have that already. Not sure if we're gonna put it out there publicly, but we may. I have to think about it because yeah, that one would be very specific for that, but then it would be for a specific condition, and I try to shy away from having something for a specific condition, if that makes sense.
No, no, yeah, it
We
does.
still live in this world where you need to be careful what you do.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, yeah, I was just wondering because we do get people asking about it because they hear about the study, which is ongoing and it's still everything's being tested and evaluated. So a lot of patience is going to be required on that particular one because it's a 1 year study. But okay, so other than what I mentioned, anything else coming up that you might want to share with the community in terms of products and frequencies and LeelaQ?
Yeah, nothing new except the really big news that'll be out probably in May. And just an update because many people have asked, the DNA and cell protector card has been out of stock for several weeks now. And we've heard you and we've been working hard on it. So also that one, well, that may already be available next week. So we've been producing and lasering currently. So I hope I can get it done relatively soon.
You need more Phillips in the factory.
We're working on it.
Your next card should be a clone card. Make more Phillips. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I thought this would be beneficial for the community, just because so many people asking about all these different things. So this is a LeelaQ update. Today is March 31, 2022, and thank you, Phil. I appreciate the update.
Thank you, Kay. Appreciate it.